Tell me what you know about the hood life.
Okay. Take him to Philly.
I ain't never, that's what they used to come around me for. You think me?
You said.
And it's hard when you trying to divide it from, we get corporate, we get that, but this is what they into.
Right.
So if I'm selling it, give me my money.
Real. You saying really outside. I had to slide up on the guy, man.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
Legendary, a part of a legendary music.
We finally got it done here, life.
Real though, man. So no need for introduction and like that. But for the ones who not too familiar, and for the youngins, tell who it is and where you from.
Oh, for the young everybody, I'm Omillio Sparks, aka Baby Boy, Joey Froggy, Bucky, man, about them bucks. You feel me?
Right. Source of war goer. Right. With bleak beans, Dame Dash and Jigger. Hot whip chaser. Right.
That was just then, but I'm just telling Omillio Sparks and Baby Boy. I do foundation, Omillio Sparks Foundation. I got that going on, and I'm film festivals. I'm Omillio Sparks. I'm Philadelphia Urban Film Festival too. .org.
That's all.
Yes, sir.
A lot of love.
It's love, man. You know.
Our first question is, where did you get your name?
Omillio Sparks.
Yeah.
I was Kenny Banks, right? That's before that I got to ICH, where ICH, where me and O come from. And then when I got there, they was like, the guy there that was under the joint, Jimmy, you know, Derek and them guys, they was like, yeah, Kenny Sparks. But I needed a real name that made it some sense. So the government name, the government nickname with the other name that makes sense. So I just came up with Omillio Sparks, which is $1 million if you take the M off $1 million and add an O. That's what you got.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, because a lot of them guys, it was, you know, I ain't steal people names. I ain't going the world like that. Yeah.
So I want you to talk about them RCH and the Black House days.
Really how you know about the Black House? All right, listen. That was battle. Now that's the real gritty battle when you see us major figures. Hov was down there. He know what was going on. Yeah, whatever. He telling niggas this, that, that. We like, yo, once he come down, you good. You in good hands. You know where the Black House was at?
Hey, man.
In the alleyway. Like if you come through Marion, it's a dark block. It ain't no lights. And to get in, you got to go through the back. It's like the tunnel. You know how they got? That was our tunnel.
That shit really was.
It was a Philadelphia tunnel. What? No rap. You come through that motherfucker. It was just how it was. And you get there, you had to be somebody in that motherfucker.
So before we get to today's events, talk about Philly during the '90s. Just the vibe, the culture, the city.
Oh well, the 90s was awesome. You know, it was like us coming up. Like we had the '80s. You know, the crack epidemic had us. You know what I'm saying? The crack epidemic hit us, man. And I was born in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? So by the time the 80s, we was kids growing up in that era where that war broke out. It got super fucked up. What's up, fellas?
What's
up, Ken?
Man? What's up,
y'all fellas good? You see that? You know what I mean? Yep, it's live. Oh yeah, I'm live. Yeah, you see that?
Listen.
So, but we still here though. We here to talk about it, and we was around. So that epidemic was crazy to come from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s, and then that's we was like, I survived the 90s. So in '99 they signed us, man. We killed that shit.
I love you, bro.
Love back. You already know. Yeah, you feel me?
You know what's crazy? This how I know this really the cutter, bro.
Yeah.
Because my next question was, talk about how the crack era affected not only Philly but just the world. You know, because you was like pre-crack era to you seen it hit into after.
Yeah, because it helped. It's like the crack epidemic was just separated us. You know what I'm saying? You got negative, and then you had the positive. If we was trying to, we come from a slave era. You know what I'm saying? So we already know what that was going on. And then people wanted fast money, so it was a low value moral system going on. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it was like one of them things, like damn. But you know, you hustling outside, and they sending you remember the shower posse? They sent them in, and they was from Jamaica and all that. So we not only that we hustling, they sending other things in, but we got our grandmoms and our kids, and we already know popping them getting locked the fuck because that just hit the household. So guess who got to hold it down? Me and my young boys, so it's like. Yeah, the baby. So at the end of the day, to see that kind of stuff was amazing and surreal, but it got me to that storyline got me to where I was at. I wasn't just coming from a false sense of humor or a fake place. I wasn't the one that didn't live it, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be rough. It was just the problem with everybody was saying we was talking about a drug dealer standpoint when we wasn't. We was talking about a situation where we was in America and that what was going on.
Like real life things.
Right.
So before rap, what did you want to be as a child?
At school, I used to be like, I'm going to be a fireman. Like, when I said, now you should have seen me. Look, I had the holy school, I had the holy joints and all that stuff, the holy shoes and all that. And I was like, I'm going to be a, everything. What we wanted to be then? A cop, a fireman.
Scuba diver.
Yeah, something
Just like, yeah.
So you wanted to be the president of the United States. That
Real
was one
rap,
of them things.
though.
Like, all right, I want to be the president. But, when I got older, I was always into music. That's what I said when I was at school, when I reached Pleasant Allegiance and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I was watching the jukebox and was watching something else take over. And I was like, damn, I like this, you know what I'm saying?
Thinking smarter, moving clever, focus on getting richer. Trust me, nigga, through this change I can touch it, and through the music I can.
Yep.
So how did you first meet Oschino?
In ICH. I met O in ICH. I didn't know him until I say the guy Jim. He introduced us, I don't see them guys that much no more, but he the one that really connected us, no lie.
And talk about that as far as because I knew ICH was originally like back in the day. Then they made like another comeback with Young Savage and things like that.
No. Who's Young Savage? ICH never made no comeback with no.
Inner City Hustlers, right?
Yes, that's Inner City Hustlers. Who's Young Savage?
Give me the seat, right?
Saint, yeah, him and Derek. Derek ran the building.
I feel you. We going
on Parks, right on 49 Parks. I don't know who Young Savage is.
Okay, you saying that's
Lord, I know Double R, Lord Gore, the guys, ICH, which was us. Off the Hook used to come through there. The guys we used to battle with and had arguments, Skinny Suge and them guys. I remember pointing them and they was doing everything, but I do not remember Young Savage.
Yeah, that was like a newer.
You mean Shorty Raw?
No,
That's the only little kid that was there and his sister.
But I don't know, like years later, like my introduction to Jimmy the Saint was like the years later, like when he introduced ICH. Like my introduction to ICH and everything, it was a kid called Young Savage and Jimmy the Saint, and he was like running around with them.
Oh, maybe because Jimmy had his own thing.
Yeah.
They from a different side of my bridge. I'm from the Deuce. I'm from 42nd and Viola. So when I take shit, when I take over the territory, that's my shit.
No,
so that'd be real. So when he was from somewhere else, I took my shit over where I was at. I ain't from their side. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I met folks, I knew folks, and that was through politics of the OGs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Beans before the dub.
It just was, they looked in the wrong places for it.
I want to talk about Beanie Siegel before the dub.
I didn't know him before the deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like hearsay and things like that, did you, cause like Philly like a small city.
Right, but he's from South Philly. If you know us, it was geographical then.
Yeah,
so you South Philly and people will get killed from different territories with people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. No disrespect, but it was like us as kids was in the middle of that bullshit.
No, that's real shit.
Especially if you live in a fucked up lifestyle. Mm-hmm. That's why I was really always strategic and mindful about what I'm saying out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's universal.
Right.
All right, so I want to talk about the first time meeting Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. What was that like?
Yeah, me and Jay-Z was crazy because I remember listening to the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I always listen to Hov because you know why I think people get messed up with me? I lived from the bottom. My great-grandma was from 39th and Wallace, and my grandma and them all, and we knew folks our family was from all over, so this was geographical stop, you know what I'm saying? We had family from everywhere part of the city, you know what I'm saying? So that's the bloodline. So you got a bloodline, we was young, we from down the bottom, me, from my era, where I come from, so that's all we know in our minds. But at the end of the day, man, when we meet these guys and busting these moves on how he's going down, it's like, damn, they had this territorial bullshit going on and all that kind of stuff was going on. It didn't make no sense because we rumbling both through these situations. You think where I'm coming from, you got that epidemic is trying to destroy us, but we still rumbling because I know this side about trying to have a good 2-parent home, but I put work in. Mm-hmm. I'm not playing with you. It's because we men. This wasn't about just so folks pick coke here, but as a man. That's all that was showing. It was going to do that anyway. That's how the world worked.
Facts though. So before we I definitely want to highlight being like from the bottom, or just like talk about like the different geographics of Philly and West Philly, because West is different on itself.
They called us pretty boys. You know what I'm saying? You know how West is. West, they call us pretty boys, but everybody was killing shit out here. Niggas, go to your news clips. Go find your media news clips, and you calling people cute and all that shit. You gotta be careful with that shit. Somebody will kill your ass out here.
Real rap. West ain't never been nothing.
Ain't never been sweet. This the coldest point you gonna meet. West side. That's the West period. That's why when I was on the West Coast, no lie, it was still cold as shit right there in the beginning of America. Right on in, what's that, the Pacific or Atlantic? The Pacific. Cold as shit right there though. It was cold as shit.
No, it's all
Just like where we from. Anything on the West Peak, nigga. Yeah.
So talk about that Hot 97 freestyle, cause that's when like the world, Philly shook the world that day.
Black Friday, Rocafella, it's major.
It's major.
You probably crush the corner, velour sweat, smother the boomers, conversate on the two-way page. Drugs, cup on the shoulders, the corner niggas, constant screaming, watch them. The streets is starting to whisper, cause my name ringing bells.
What they say?
Y'all listen to them. Omillio. Tech carry, hug the block like Marbury. Who gon' stop me? Nobody.
Listen, what can I say? That was, you know what? That changed my life, man. That really changed my life. You know, it was bigger. It's no disrespect to Hov. I respect him, and him, the whole Rocafella. I hated to see them. You understand what? Now you understand where I'm coming from. It hurted to see that happen, and how it's the same. You know where I'm coming from? You understand the levels to it? It hurts everybody in between because y'all. And because we want something better out of life, you know what I'm saying? But if you guys are feuding, it f***s us up. So it's like, damn, but from my transition from here, I could never let them two argue. So you wouldn't be doing that on my watch, because I G-check you on it.
No, facts though. So,
in your opinion or perspective, what was the whole disagreement between Dame and Jay?
I think it was money. I think it was money and perception on how people wanted to be seen. Yeah.
I remember that classic Michael Jackson joint where everybody was together backstage and shit.
It's live, we the champions, you heard
Michael
it.
Jackson.
Beanie.
We don't do much. Summer Jam 2001, man. How was it for you, man? We don't do much.
No, Mike was really there. We had Summer Jam, and Michael Jackson came out. Like, yo, it was funny as Mike. See, now you see what I'm saying? There was things I had going on in my life. So with him, it was a different connection with him, you know what I'm saying? Because he's pulling Brody moves, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting back like, hey, man, if you knew, you know what I'm saying? So the argument, that's why I never argued with that nigga publicly, because it was like, damn, dog, it was bigger than the money.
Yeah,
we come from shit already. You can't tell us history, you know what I'm saying? We come from this, but the connection was different, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, this shit is crazy. But to bring Mike out and all them, because I used to see how shit was going on, Mob Deep in there, I'm like, yo, I don't know what mob or who they tied to, but when the man can call Michael Jackson himself and say, come on the out with niggas like me talking about tell them you, and that was wild. That was wild, yo.
So just for the people, talk about Mike in person, because I heard a lot of stories, and he like, I feel like what people would be surprised is Mike was like a real nigga for real.
That's what
I was hearing, look, they was talking about Mike was gangbanging there. I was hearing all kind of fights the Mike that had with Tupac. It was throwing me off. So I'm like, yo, are you kidding me? So I never, but us as kids, you keep forgetting, I was raising up as a youngster off this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we had radio. We didn't have where you could just step up to a guy with a camera then, unless the revolution was being televised when, you know, America was against us, you know what I'm saying? Right. So when we got here, we like, all right, boom, we had this, with this situation we in now, but Mike was on the jukebox. You know, Mike was high up, and he died. Mike been this forever. Before, Mike was high up, just like Prince. Don't get it twisted. Prince and Mike was those guys. Then you had Anita Baker, you had Gladys Knight, you know what I'm saying? You had all them people. Yeah.
I want to highlight something because you spoke about changing lives, and I first want to thank you, bro, on some real G shit.
That's all love. Look, we gotta kick it.
Facts though, but
right.
On a deeper level, one of the craziest lyrics in like Hood Platinum Hall of Fame, Tales of a Hustler. You said
mommy, I'ma ride for him. The look that she gave me like sparks, you got some nervous. Most of these niggas don't keep their words, now I'm under pressure.
But the look that she gave me like sparks, you got some nerves, because most of these niggas don't keep their word, now I'm under pressure.
Now, you know what that is? That's something that happens to you, right? Mm-hmm. And no matter how you don't want to deep dive into it, you deep dive into it, where you have something take away from you, somebody that's near and dear to flesh from you, and then you follow all your people into the grave. Then you know what I'm saying? You follow them all the way to the grave. So now, even if this not my platform, even if whatever, however you feel, you know what I'm saying? It's not my lane. It's not my what they call it. It's not my lane. But if he goes somewhere and I say, but if I bring him with me, I got to make sure he cool. So I got to separate myself from certain things to make sure that this lane, now off my watch, it ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? I wish I could have people with me 24/7 every day, 365. But unfortunately, that's not what goes on. You know what I'm saying? So if that don't happen, but once you with somebody, when you happen that kind of stuff, so that's what that meant when I got there. Them guys was 15 and 14. We was young. We watched movies every day. Remember we would watch a movie where I used to watch T.I. movies and shit like that. And at the time when I got older and I was in the business and it was at the pool, these are the things we was going through. Shootouts at the pool. We had war, cause like I said, drugs in the community. You know what I'm saying? And we had war. It ain't like one of them things where we got. I wasn't like. I'm not saying I'm a victim. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, f you who trying me to try to turn me into one. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? F you.
That we come
right.
Wanna like make certain.
And we want school. We want all this. We want this. But you keep playing. So f at the end of the day. And you older than us, pussy. So you supposed to know better.
Right. And so look.
The craziest line that really hit home and had a pivotal part in me like changing my life and going in a different direction and really going hard with the camera was I'm risking my freedom on the strength of memories of him. The time he made you laugh, the time he bust his gag when other niggas ran. How real is that? And I stopped and thought, I said, damn, on some real shit though. Like everything he said is fact. So I took that moment like I'm gonna honor my homie in another way for real. That's what this whole life shit even come from.
Listen, because it's about defending ours. So so if something built to defend ours, you do the math, man. I seen it. I seen when they sense different stuff in the neighborhood, and then our OGs ain't care about you with no AK-47. We regret because you a pussy at the end of the day. Some of them niggas couldn't even fight. So a motherfucker catch you, beat you the up, do all that shit to you, and then you be like, damn, you acting like, then we took your shit, nigga. Now what? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So this the type of shit was on, you see and all that kind of shit, but we was young living it. So by the time I got the whole of them, they was older than us. So I was explaining from a different platform, it was a different zone. So now with me and him, it's never been really a beef. It was just like, hey man, understand where I'm coming from on that level too, because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Right. Understand, you know what I mean? I am a better man. You dig me? I'm doing different shit, but not because I want to try to act like I'm shitting on you. It's because, nigga, we had the transition, just like you.
All right.
That's it. So if somebody called me and be bugging, I'm like, hey man, let's just sit down and kick it because I think this was wrong. It's a miscommunication. And I'm not giving it to you because we always taught to be politically correct too.
So what was life like after the Hot 97 freestyle?
The shit. Life was this shit because I was already in the trenches in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, yo, I'm tired of feeling like I'm being guilty for the honesty and all that stuff. Surround me and shit. I want to shout out to everybody that was around me that did right by me and understood and schooled me, and the ones that didn't really tell me. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. And you gotta grow and keep that, and that's what make us great. I was just telling somebody today what make you great. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You gotta stand on what you believe. If you don't stand on what you believe, then how can we believe you?
That's real shit, bro.
And I'm gonna highlight that later on because knowledge is power, and we're gonna get into that in a little later. Right. But I want to talk about Hot 97, y'all popping, and then I want to talk about the Cassidy versus Freeway. Because that was like a pivotal.
Oh, yeah. Now, that was crazy. I was just talking about that. I was like, I wonder why Freeway went over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where, because after I work, this is how I am. I do my shift, and I go home. Yeah. I wake up, because I was always on time and tardiness. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to know who you are. I think Freeway was still young at that time. You know what I'm saying? He was still a kid, and he just was excited. And that happened, and I think they was trying to give the win to Cassidy or something, right?
Yeah.
Right? But Free still, he still, because he was on our label. Hov was a powerful mother. a Dame and Biggs, and not only that, you under the Universal umbrella, Def Jam too. So we know they all know each other, but you from Philly, so if somebody would have called us and somebody was having a problem,
And
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
One of the biggest what ifs is what if they put on the beat? What if they actually put on them beats and kept on? Because you know, Freeway, he he in and out in that flow, so it's a whole different thing. But that definitely was. And I want to shout out to Free because
shout out to young Free. Shout out to Young. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I think Free should have made. He was at a. We didn't know that. I think that's what people don't know. That's what I learned about the business. We didn't know that with the level we was rolling to, nobody was going to tell us because they wanted to protect their position too. But what they didn't know is what you was probably dealing with. Now that goes to show you that somebody else was already knowing. They're all knowing, you know what I'm saying? That's why when I be talking, I be like, dang, you know, when I get with vibe, what you say when you outside, we vibe, we having fun, you know what I'm saying? Right. Let me be who I am. Because ain't nobody never paid me at something to be like, all right, we got to stop because I own my own publishing company. I got my own going on. Right. So this is who I am. I can't change who I am. That's my brand.
I want to talk about Jay-Z's studio process. You know what I'm saying? Just being like an insider and a fly on the wall. Just what's that like?
No, Jay just. I watched how Jay work. Jay get pissed. Jay don't like nobody attacking him. You know what I'm saying? And he's quiet and he keeps it. He don't write. You know what I'm saying? And I respected that because when I got to him, under his umbrella, his fold, I went without me and him even talking as much, you know what I'm saying? When I got there, I understand when you going through whatever emotion that's going through you, you don't need no ink pen. You don't need no ink pen. I swear, I needed to sign my checks and my John Hancock, but when I go speak about my life, I ain't need one, because that's what's really going on. Just punch me. The engineer was the shit.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the big moment. First off, how did you come up with the record?
Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty.
Oh, that was my joint. Everybody know that's my record. And I ain't bug about it because I had that before I got the J. I had you the man. You know everything got to work. Put it this way: before we go to war, right? What did we go through? Basic training, right? So you asked me about ICH, right? So you know I'm over there writing, right? All right. So if they come in my room, right, and I got something going on, you can court me. Yeah, you done caught me, no, you done caught me, like, I was going there, like, he was in there acting up. He tearing something up, so they didn't come in my room, bad news, you know what I'm saying? You come in bad news in my room, I'm tearing something out of the frame, and that's what it is, that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do.
That's dope.
You know, that's my world, you see what I'm saying? So, motherfucker, you on, this my world, that's what I do.
So how did that conversation go as far as him hearing the record and be like, yo, and then him actually like, damn?
It wasn't him first, you know what I'm saying? It's always somebody else, you know what I'm saying? It's never him, but they tell him about it. If you got about him, how I was, like I told you, way before, I was listening to the guy, you know what I'm saying? That's why with me, it's hard for you. It's not, people can tell me stuff and do that, but it's hard for me to be super, like, to get into a feeling. I could have got into a feeling and said something. Right. We all go through regular like, damn, it was a connection. I f***ed with you and I'm mad. Right, it's like relationship. It's a disappointment. The disappointment of things. Yeah, you be like, yo, yeah. You be like, oh, I'm disappointed. So I'm like, damn, man, that shit kind of hurt because I've been going through this already. That's why I was snapping for you. So when I get to you, I'm like, damn, what's the move? Like, boom, boom. So this go down. He's like, damn, we not whining. We just saying nigga. All right. And then we talk business. We not trying to go at you. And I can easily say that. Well, that's my shit. You on my joint. Right. That's where my percentage.
Shifted, bro.
Right. But we ain't getting into it. But if I want to act like that, so I ain't getting emotional. This is how I felt about you, nigga.
I think I'm gonna make a little doc as far as pre-Jay-Z, before the prop, right, and then after, bro, because they two totally different.
Right. So that's why we don't get into it. Now you see the public and the journalists, y'all, if y'all really, it's like the way I come from. It's not my job to make it that easy for you. Right. Go do your fucking homework and figure it the out.
So if it's not too personal and that, what was like the royalty split, or like, do you still get credit for the record?
I'm credited. So right now I'm credited. If you go there, you see Omillio Sparks, and it's me, him, and Pharrell. So I'm still connected to the biggest ever.
In the system, ain't no telling when I'm yelling over Pimba, not Choco Chris, mommy on E. More money, more problems. Get your man. Yes, sir. Now give it to me.
So it's one of them things about when me and you see how me and you can chill and we in the chilling regular, you'll just have a business folk around you. You know what I'm saying? It's a team you're supposed to have around. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because they look at it. You know what I'm saying? They look at it, and I understood it, and that's why I respected corporate America to the top, to the up, because they show me how to be on time. Them guys show me how to do business. Them guys, it's not the street. It's not the same.
Totally different world. You can't go in there.
I know what it's like to enforce them, but when I get to but I know it costs me. And I know how to play my part and conduct myself in a decent manner when I'm trying to chase my bread, because that don't really, I'm not trying to scare y'all, the nigga that I'm trying to figure out where my money at.
Right. We ain't on that. Business.
I ain't on that. That's why when I was doing Beckman and all that, and when everybody was seeing all the nut shit going on, y'all ain't really hurt nothing. You just was afraid of the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets scared.
That's all. So I want to talk about, this is one of my favorites. I want to talk about the Dynasty album. That whole Dynasty process niggas. And just like, how did it even come to be?
The Dynasty album was full of been a compilation album. Me and O had a joint called Love My Niggas, Young Guns. You do the math. Young Guns was there. Me and O. PD ain't come till late because I have with PD Crack after, but I always watched him because he was in Ice City with Freeway. So I said, all right, I brought him with me, but then we had Mac. Who else was up there? Chris and Neef. And that was State Prop. So then you had Bleak, you had Hole. And MOP ain't even get there yet. I think MOP, but he had a compilation and he was dropping the Dynasty and he wanted to push Parking Lot Pimpin', but it wasn't a strong enough single. You know, they was talking to Leroy and the guy. So that's higher, you know what I'm saying? It's higher, you know what I mean? Up the pyramid. So I'm like, yo, this is different. But once I come to give it to me, you see the relationship between me and him? This ain't really got nothing to do with nobody else. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's a vibe me and him had. So when you see how things transpire, you think I got relationships with people, but that's between me and him.
No, right.
You know what I'm saying? Ladies, get them. Hey, ladies. Yeah.
So talk about the video shoot for that, John, man.
You are not ready. I can't stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm another year just holding like 16 songs in my mind.
Give me that funk.
Just the vibe of everyone in the studio, the immediate reaction. People were singing it by the time the second hook came on. And I know right there, those type of songs. I know I made a couple of them. Everything.
Pimp it out for him, Sparks. Pimp it out for him.
Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff.
But don't fool with me.
Come on, give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty,
I got him, Sparks.
Oh, that was amazing. That joint was amazing. We was out California, man. John Witherspoon, rest in peace to John Witherspoon. The Bang 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 guy. Remember John Witherspoon? Him, Lil Kim was out there. All the guys that was on this from the set, from the distribution, everybody was there. All of us. The Lil Kim was on set. I'm talking about incredible. I had my little two-way too. Everybody was talking about me. I had my little black two-way. I had my platinum boy. But man, I had so much fun, man. It was just that joint, man. Real talk. Now you see what I'm saying? The business. That's why I always kept my own situations. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The craziest thing, and I didn't peep until I got older, whereas the title of the album is Jay-Z, The Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I like, hey, kid, what's up, babe? How you doing?
I'm good. Just
Yeah. But it was like he didn't. But he said familiar. He was trying to throw us in there. But when you doing business, he knew the point system. He knew. He was a bit. Let's just say he was a businessman before. We didn't know yet.
I see this.
Go to my Payback album and go to Paper Chaser, and I told you what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
So look, do you feel like, because this is like one of the biggest arguments ever, as far as like having knowledge for information.
Right.
Do you feel like if you know something about something that you're supposed to share it to
your folks?
Your folks.
That's what I thought. How that went. Because knowledge is power, so you share the information and do that. But some people, you know what I learned? Independently, I think you do that if you got a real brotherhood. But if somebody's cutting you a check, it's different. So if you feel like, you can't live, because you know laws is different everywhere. So if you can't live under certain conditions, and you know what I'm saying, jail, just like the jails, it's different shit going different jails. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it ain't one of them things where you can compare that lifestyle to that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? State and city is different. Then you got fed. You know what I'm saying? So it's all different. So I some people, you got some people that's gonna give you the game, and then you got some folks that just be like, you know, let them figure it out. But I like the experience of it, because now I'm smart, nigga, and you can't do nothing to me, and I can use your words against you.
That's so look.
I want to talk about Baby Boy, man.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Take him to Philly. Take him to Philly.